From Kisumu Dollar to the land of dollars. Here is where their local talent get to penetrate to the international levels. Today we have an amazing guest inside Dollar Junior TV. And welcome to the show. It's definitely the Tujibonge show. And I'm your host, Onyango Chris, aka MC Carter, the mic champion. But before I get to introduce my guest, kindly hit the notification button and ensure you subscribe to this channel. Maybe our guest can get to introduce himself.
Okay, I'm Polycarp. Polycarp Rachoni is my name. I'm a bartender. I'm also a mixologist. Yeah.
So this is something that people have been talking about of late, mixologists and so on and so forth. And some of our viewers are maybe asking, what does it take to be a mixologist? Who is a mixologist? And kindly brief the people who is a mixologist.
Okay, mixologist, this is just one of the hospitality industry. Yeah, when I went there, I started studying as a chef. Then the passion keep on growing. So then I went to study as a barista. Also make coffee, tea, those type of coffee. And then it's just passion.
Passion.
Yeah, passion towards.
I get to understand that mixologist mostly deals with cocktails.
Yeah.
And there's someone maybe out there who doesn't know what's a cocktail in terms of drinks, because I know there are more of cocktails, perfumes, but in the drinks industry, what's a cocktail?
Okay, cocktail. Okay, as a mixologist, there's difference between cocktail and mocktail. Cocktail consists of alcoholic drink. Mocktail is non-alcoholic drink. Yeah. So
these cocktails, they are specifically alcoholic, or there are some which are non-alcoholic?
Yeah, we also have non-alcoholic. So non-alcoholic, those are mocktails. Yeah, we call them mocktails. Yeah, then alcoholic, they are cocktails.
But before we move on, there is these drinks, most of the alcoholic drinks, they come with some percentages. When you are making a cocktail, how do you know that this cocktail is going to be this percentage? You just estimate, or how do you do it?
This is something that is internationally recognized. Like let's say, for instance, something like Long Island. Long Island, you see, when taking Long Island here, when you go to other hotels, other restaurants, or outside even country, the taste should be the same. Yeah, so there's that measurement. So with the mixologist also, you have to go to school so that you study these things. Then you get to know the measurement and the percentage that your clients should be consuming.
So this is not just something you come about with. You must go to school to become
You have to go to school to learn this thing. And then apart from going to school also, you have to have that passion towards it. Yeah, yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see with us here, we have some cocktails, and he'll be getting to tell us the names of these cocktails, and maybe we can start with this one, the second and the third one in that line.
Okay. Yeah, so the first one here, this one here is Long Island. This is Long Island. So Long Island consists of different drinks. It has tequila, it has rum, it has gin, it has vodka, it has so many drinks. That's why we call it Long Island, because it consists of long list.
What about the second one?
The second one, this one we call it lemonade. Lemonade is non-alcoholic. This one, for those people who don't take alcohol and yet you want to enjoy yourself also with something amazing like this. Yeah, there we go.
The third one?
The third one, this is Blood and Sand. Blood and Sand, this one has whiskey, it has vermouth, it has orange, and it has also, it has orange, orange vermouth, and whiskey in it.
The final one?
The final one, this one here is whiskey sour. Whiskey sour, when making whiskey sour, we use egg whites, whiskey, and of course, we have to serve it in a whiskey glass. Yeah.
And so, how do you, the people who drink these things, most of the people who drink alcohol, we always get to listen to stories like this thing has an hangover, this thing when I mix alcohols I get to puke, I do this and this. How do you ensure that when this client does this and they doesn't get those kind of reactions?
So you see, one thing with the cocktail, that's why it's like we're preaching people to take cocktail, like taking alcohol direct, like that. You see, if you take, let's say, Gilbey's, you take it direct, it has some side effect in your body. But when you take cocktail, cocktail is something that is well balanced. It has the different types of drinks, and then also you see with cocktail, the taste is not that bitter. Yeah, it's something sweet. Yeah, it's something sweet. It's something cool. Yeah, you just get yourself some percentage highness. Yeah.
And so this being a mixologist, there's a thin line between being a mixologist and a bartender. Is there any difference, or there's something?
Yeah, there is a big difference being a bartender and a mixologist. See, bartender is just someone over the counter whose work is just to serve alcohol. Like you want Gilbey's, yeah, here's the Gilbey's, here's the glass, yeah. That's the work of bartender. But then mixologist is just a bartender who developed that passion and wanted to know more about cocktails. Yeah.
And so talking about cocktails and mixologist thing, you know, people, we always come into this world with some passion, some talent, and we are getting born with different skills. And is this something that you are born and you say this, I just want to be a mixologist, or it's something you developed when you are already at some great number of age?
Okay, before I joined hospitality industry, first I was working as environmental conservation. So from there, I also wanted to be a doctor. Yeah, I wanted to be a doctor. And so this passion, I'm still proud because right now I'm even treating doctors here. So yeah, you see, I went to school to study. I started to study as a nurse, but then things just
And how did you get into the world of cocktails?
Yeah, so then with cocktails, you see, I was taken to Tally College. Yeah, there I went to study as a chef. And then I didn't have any interest with working as a chef, or yeah. So from there, there's something just came up on my mind. You see, people like party, people like party, and without with party, you can't miss having something like alcohol or just drinks. So from there, I just developed the interest on working as a bartender. I started as a bartender. Of course, I still call myself a bartender, but since I had that passion and I wanted to know more, so I decided to do this. Yeah.
And for how long have you been a mixologist?
So right now, I can say 7 years.
7 years of being a mixologist?
Yeah, 7 years of being a mixologist.
How is the experience?
It's awesome. Yeah, everything is cool. But you see, when I started, it wasn't that easy. It wasn't that easy. At times I could make something like, let's say, Long Island or whiskey sour, and then when the client take it, you see, they'll just tell you, my friend, what are you making? You're making nonsense. These are not something that we should be taking. Yeah, so it wasn't an easy journey when I started, but I never gave up. So yeah. And
what was your inspiration now in getting into this? You've talked about it in some small minute, but what was your inspiration into getting into being a mixologist? What got into it?
Something that inspired me to get into mixologist. It's just, you see, one thing with being a mixologist, it's easy. You can you get to interact with many people, and then you see also the thing is that I wanted to become a doctor. Yeah, and being a doctor, you see, your work is to treat people, make people happy, make people get well. Yeah, so that's your role as a doctor. So since I didn't pursue that career or that course of being a doctor, so can say that's what inspired me. Because right now I can say I'm treating people, I treat doctors. I can even recommend for you, you can have this drink and this drink. This one is good for you, this one is not good for you. It's just like hospital. Yeah.
And I saw you breaking some egg into alcohol, into the cocktail, sorry, rather. I saw you doing it. And some people say that when you take that egg raw, you might have some heart, something, you feel like puking.
You feel like puking. So you see, one thing with the egg, when making whiskey sour, you use egg white. One advantage with the egg white or the benefits side of it is that you see the egg act as a lubricant in your body. It's it's lubricate. It's just like oil. Yeah, it's just like it's healthy. Yeah, so even when you take this whiskey sour, immediately I make it. When you take it, you won't feel that taste of egg. I'm not using the yolk. I'm just using the egg white, the white part of it. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's an amazing conversation here at Homestay Sundown Gardens, Manze. And before we get to take a sip, he's going to be telling us what's some ingredients he's using to make this and this, so that actually we can know that this is what we are taking, this is what we are taking. And let's come to this one. What did you say was the name to the first one?
This one is Long Island. Another name for Long Island is iced tea.
Iced tea.
So the reason that's why we call it iced tea is just like strong tea. When you look at it, yeah, it's like strong tea or something like that. Yeah.
So what are the ingredients? So that's
ingredients for the Long Island. Long Island we use normally we use clear alcohol. Clear alcohol. Let's say like gin, vodka. There's rum. There's tequila. Yeah, and then of course you have to splash of Coke. Yeah, to give you that color. Or you can, instead of using Coke, there are those people who doesn't take soda. They don't want that gas. Yeah. So instead of using that, you can use cranberry juice. Yeah.
What about the second one?
The second one, this one is lemonade. It's non-alcoholic. Lemonade consists of, just as the name suggests, the lemonade is a mixture of freshly squeezed lime. It has cordial, it has Sprite, and of course it has honey.
Okay.
Yeah.
The third one?
This one here, we call it blood and sand. So with the blood and sand, we're using sweet vermouth, we're using whiskey and orange. Yeah.
The fourth one?
The fourth one, whiskey sour. Whiskey sour, we use egg white, we use whiskey. Yeah, whiskey sour, whiskey, and bitter. Bitter, you can use Angostura or Campari. Yeah.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, Polycarp, the magical mixologist, anatuambia hapa manze. It's a very, very nice conversation. Now the fruits I'm seeing on top of it, are they supposed to be, when you're drinking, you take them or you eat them while taking them? What's the...
Okay, the fruits that you're seeing here, these are just to make, to give you the taste, that's appetite. Yeah. So you can eat the fruit. Yeah, maybe while sipping you can have the fruit. Yeah.
So it's someone's choice.
Yeah, it's someone's choice. Yeah, but you see with the garnishing, we normally use different things to garnish. At times, maybe we'll even put some umbrellas. Yeah.
Let me have a sip for the first one and let me get how it feels.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay, now I get to know why it's being called a cocktail. And so nice. And you said you've been in the game for 7 years.
Yeah, 7 years.
And have you, when you're starting, you said that you were making some cocktails and they were not being appreciated.
Yeah.
So after you've been now in a level where now you can make a good cocktail for the people, have you ever made a cocktail where you felt that you made the cocktail, but the client is not responding positively to you've made, rather he has complained about it.
Sure, yeah, complaints are there, but that's what makes us going. Yeah, because if they don't complain, then maybe we'll just feel like, okay, now I'm a mixologist, everything is okay. So yeah, so complaints are still there. There's a day, for instance, you see my menu, it's clearly indicated that for Long Island, another name for Long Island is iced tea. So there's that guest who came there and he ordered for the iced tea and it wasn't specific. Yeah, and you see my menu, the iced tea, the only iced tea that it's there, it's Long Island. I don't have any iced tea. Yeah. So I prepared the iced tea, the Long Island. I gave out to the waiter to serve it. But then the complaint that was there, bro, I didn't order for this. Who told you that iced tea is alcoholic? I've never taken iced tea alcoholic. I told him, bro, this is just another name for Long Island. So you could have been specific. Tell us what you want, but not just
Being a mixologist, have you ever, let's say, you've made a cocktail and you feel like this is what's the best cocktail you always make? You feel like this one I'm making it. It's a good one.
My cocktails, I can say, there's a list of cocktails. For instance, right now I can say Green Lady is one of my best. Green Lady is one of my best, and you see, Green Lady, I made it myself. The ingredients, everything. I just came up with everything, and I made it. So Green Lady was inspired by our late Professor Ongare Mathai. Yeah, since I was one of the environmentalists, so yeah, I had to come up with something to appreciate our mother. So Green Lady is my best, and then Blood and Sand also is very nice. Yeah.
What are some of the challenges you're facing as a mixologist?
Some of the challenges that I'm facing as a mixologist. You see, there are those people who've never taken alcohol completely. There are those people who have never taken cocktail completely. And then you see, let's say, getting people to know what cocktail is, at times become challenging, because convincing people that this thing is good, take it, you can give it a try, it's not something easy. Then I can say I appreciate, because you see, right now there are so many things that I'm doing that maybe makes people to know more about cocktail. Other thing, you see, the other challenge that I'm facing as a mixologist, you see, in this industry, there are those people who are, right now they are coming up, they've never gone to school, they just from nowhere, they just like, I'm a mixologist, they just call them mixologists, they call themselves mixologists. So that's another challenge that we're facing, because you see, when you go to a, let's say, a restaurant or a club or somewhere where they're making cocktail, and then they don't make something that will satisfy the client. Of course, when that same clients come to another place, they'll not like cocktail because of the experience that they had somewhere else. Yeah.
In your line of duty, I know there's you might face some negativities. You know, in every place, in everything you do, you might face some one or two negativities. How do you respond to negativities in your line of duty?
The negativities, I think those are the things that keeps me going, because with me, one thing I was never taught is giving up. I don't know the meaning of giving up. So with the negativity, people will just say what they want to say, they'll just do what they want to do. But at the end of the day, I'll just keep on going.
Talking of your work experience, you said you've worked for 7 years.
Yeah.
Umefanya kazi place gani na gani na gani? Where and where have you worked?
Places zile nimefanya kazi sana sana, mmoja zaidi mwenye amenitoa nje zaidi na bado nitamsalute sana hapa ndani saizi ni Paul Kihiko, the owner of Wing It Nairobi. Yeah, Wing It Nairobi.
So you're working in Nairobi?
Yeah, nimeanza na Nairobi. Okay, nimeanza na Eldoret, Homa Bay, nikaenda Nairobi. Nairobi nimefanya sana pale. So Wing It Nairobi, naweza sema imenitoa nje. The guy alinifunza akanisaidia zaidi. Yeah, in 2015 I was one of those people mwenye aliwekwa kwa gazeti ya Daily Business courtesy of huyo Paul Kihiko. Yeah, tukiacha pale nimefanya British Pub Grub. Wing It Nairobi ilikuwa Galleria ya Bomas of Kenya kule.
Yeah.
Alafu British Pub Grub nimekuja kufanya The Hub Karen. Yeah, nimefanya British Pub Grub pale. From there nimeenda pale Ngara, Steamer House, nimefanya kule. Nimefanya places mingi. Okay, nimefanya pia Two Rivers. Yeah, Two Rivers pia nimefanya na Mr. Walk.
Wow.
Nimefanya na Fanscape, The Mickeys. Yeah, nimefanya na wao watu wote. Yeah, Kisumu pia nimekuja, nimefanya kidogo Black Pearl, kidogo Quorum. Yeah, na pia Fanscape. Fanscape Megacity pale nimefanya. And now homestay near nyumbani. Yeah.
And being a mixologist in Kisumu, how do you feel Kisumu? For how long have you been in Kisumu? Because I've heard the names you've mentioned. For how long have you been working in Kisumu?
Here in Kisumu, 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, 3 years.
And not only Kisumu, let's talk about how are people responding to cocktails? You know, the cocktails, not only to me, but let me just talk into my bracket.
Yep.
You know me, growing up, I didn't know so much of cocktail. Talking about my bracket.
Yeah.
So how are people responding to cocktail and other than the other direct alcohol? How are people responding to cocktail and other than the direct alcohol? Then I want to go there and take this Jameson. I want to go there and take this.
You see, right now, there are those people who they are off to this direct alcohol. Right now, you can't even convince them to go back to direct alcohol. Like they're just their fans of cocktail. Yeah. So it's just cocktail. If it's not some, you see, even some will call me and tell me like, "Hey, Polycarp, today I miss cocktail and I'm far. What can I do?" Something like that. They'll have to come for cocktail. People come from far. People come from far to take cocktail. And you see, like right now, maybe I can shout out to some people here that maybe has made me to be whom I am right now. You see, there's this group of CIA people. They've even printed some T-shirts, Cocktail Safi, yeah, for just for me. Yeah, I have their T-shirts. They printed T-shirt, they're giving it out. At times I see clients coming here, they have the T-shirts written Cocktail Safi. And that makes me proud of whatever I'm doing.
And when someone wants to be a mixologist, okay, and he's decided to go to school, what's the name of the course? Or it's just called, I want to be a mixologist, hospitality or so?
Like right now, as we're speaking right now, I'm also a teacher. Yeah, I do teach in one of the hospitality classes. So you see, hospitality it's wide. The hospitality is wide. We have chefs, we have waiters, it's very huge. So right now, if you go to hospitality class, you'll just go around. Yeah, you'll do everything. And then now it will reach as a time that maybe you want to be specific. Yeah, you want to do something specific. You say, this is what I want, this is what will make my life. Yeah, so right now for me, I just teach the cocktail, yeah.
talking about mixologists and everything about it, I always see some mixologists doing some throw what, but I didn't see you do it. But I always see them throw some glasses, do what and what. Is that also being taught at the mixology school?
Yeah, that's also is being taught as in Australia in mixology school. That class is called flair class. Yeah, flair is just have to play with your staffs. Yeah, it's flaring. Yeah, so that one also we do there. So that's also is another stage. Yeah, like just the way I told you. You see, when you have passion towards something, the more you do it, the more you come up with some new ideas, some new things in the field. Yeah.
And so, let's say there have been let's say competitions about music, nini. There are so much competition being organized. People are talking about there are these competition. People are winning awards. Have there been any competition about the mixologists and so on?
Yeah, right now we still arranging. Like as you can see, I have 200 years the Jade Walker. So these are the people that sponsor those program. Yeah, the DJO, the EBL. Those are the people that sponsor such kind of competition. So whenever there's such competition, they'll always call us, and then we'll go do the competition. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Let's say, being a mixologist, what's your turn-off point in your career? The biggest turn-off point, something when you hear about from a client, or you just get turned off, or let's talk about the turn-off point and the turn-on point, where you just feel that I feel good when a client tells me this, and I feel bad when a client tells me this.
Okay. For me, you can say whenever I found my posts anywhere, yeah, anyone posting or reposting or commenting on my job or anything that I'm doing, something related to that, I always feel like, yes, this, yeah. And then so that's what makes me feel happy always. Yeah, when I see my posters somewhere, yeah, people like my job, they like whatever I'm doing. Yeah, I feel good. I always feel good. Yeah. But especially for my clients, yeah, they always give out some good recommendation. They also recommend people, something like that.
And cocktails. So how many varieties of cocktails do we have, or there are countless?
With cocktails, I can say they are countless. That's why in this field, there's no sleeping. There's no sleeping. You see, even my menu, you will find that this year, maybe that's the menu that I'm using. Next year, I've changed everything. I'm using something different. Because with cocktail, it's very, it's endless. Yes.
So it's how do you know that there's this new cocktail that I've never made? How do you, through?
Okay, that one is just through research. And then you see, we do meet as mixologists. Like here in Kisumu, there's a group of mixologists. We are together as mixologists. Where at times we come up together and then we say like, okay, today, Paulie, you show us what do you have, something new. You tell us what is new. And then we come up with all those cocktails, we put them together. Then we just put them on the menu and people will buy it.
When you are making these cocktails,
Yeah.
I saw you using some, let me say expensive, in a layman's language, expensive alcohols, expensive drinks, because this is non-alcoholic. So let's use expensive drinks.
Yeah.
If I'm not wrong. So meaning that there are some drinks that cannot be used in making cocktails. There are some drinks, like I don't want to mention because of the corporates and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So meaning there are some drinks which are some level that cannot be used to make.
You see, the reason as to why people love my cocktail, or why people love to take cocktail from homestay is because here in homestay, anytime, any day you come here you want to take cocktail, everything will just bring, if it's Johnny Walker Green label or if it's gold label, we'll just make it in front of you. Yeah, so something that's worth it. Yeah, even if you take it, there's no any effect. There's nothing. Like you just okay. The next day you wake up in the morning, you just feel okay. There's no way you can give people. You can make your cocktail expensive. Like you see, Long Island. I'm selling Long Island at 1,000 shillings. So why should I sell Long Island at 1,000 shillings? And yet I'm using cheap. Yeah, cheap is expensive.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at Homestay Sundown Gardens. Ni conversation, amazing conversation, tamu sana. Now this is Dollar Junior TV. Tunaendelea, na before tuendelee, ensure you subscribe to that channel, hit the notification button, piga comment yako pale safi. Now, Polycarp, the magical mixologist, anatuambia kwa career yake, who is the biggest celebrity ambaye kutana nayo in the mixologist career?
Celebrity yule mkubwa mwenye nimepatana naye wako wengi.
Mention
Lakini,
3 or 2 or 3.
Okay, tukiingia kwa politics, kubwa sana mwenye nimekutana naye kwanza zaidi, nimepatana na Ruto mwenyewe. Nimeserve Ruto. Nimeserve Sakaja.
You're talking about hustler.
Hustler. Yes. Nimekutana na my governor to be. Yeah, na ndio chaguo langu. Johnson Sakaja. Yeah, Sakaja nimepatana na yeye. Na Sakaja ni one of the amazing people sana. Yeah, ana roho safi, kila kitu safi. Tukiacha hiyo, wasanii pia pale tumepatana na wao. Patana na John Junior, Fredija Kadongo, mtu wangu kila siku hapa. Yeah, tuko na Apesi mnyama mkali, tuwezi msahau, jamaa wangu sana. So ni watu wengi, kina James Orengo. Yeah, James Orengo pia tumepatana na yeye, nimemserve, amekunywa cocktail. Amesema cocktail imeweza. Tunashukuru.
Talking about politics, I've heard you've mentioned so many politicians kwa nini yako, celebrity list yako. What can you tell these youths about this coming? We are in an election period.
Yeah.
What can you tell the youths about, before we get back to the mixologist session, what can you tell these youths about the politics that it's currently going?
My youths wenzangu mazee, politics is a dirty game. Politics is a dirty game. Wale watu wanapendana, wale watu hawana chuki. Wanapendana na wanajuana. So sisi wenyewe tusipigane, tusivutane, like tuishi tu kwa amani, tupendane. Kama ni kuvote, vote wisely. Angalia sera za mheshimiwa mwenye unataka kumchagua, mbona unataka kumchagua. Let's not just vote blindly. Let's vote tukijua maisha yetu ya mbele itakuwa vipi.
I've heard you talking about your governor to be. Where was Polycarp born? Where did Polycarp got raised up, and so on and so forth? Tell us, because I've heard you say that you're governor to be.
Polycarp amezaliwa Homa Bay, akalelewa Eldoret, but grow up na akajulikana zaidi Kibera. So mimi ni wa ghetto. Kibera ndio nyumbani. Kibera ndio naweza sema nimejulikana sana. Na huko nikiwa na feel niko nyumbani. Yeah.
How was life in the ghetto?
Life in the ghetto, hatuwezi sema how was life in the ghetto because I'm still I still have that. Yeah, mimi bado ni wa ghetto na maisha ghetto pale naweza sema imeweza. Life there is good. People, watu wanapendana. Yeah, watu wanapendana, watu wanasaidiana. Everything is nice pale kwa ghetto.
Now, apart from being a mixologist, do you have any side hustle, anything you do apart from being a mixologist?
Apart from being a mixologist, I can say being mixologist, that's the main. Apart from that, the side hustle yenye mimi nafanya, mimi nafunza hospitality class. Yeah, nafanya kama mwalimu pia. Yeah, mimi coach, mimi ufunza hivyo na maisha inasonga.
You teach, what do you teach?
In the hospitality industry, lakini niko specific to kwa bar. Yeah, bar area.
So these things people get to learn them. So it is about most of them people get to learn them in school.
Yeah, in school you go to school to learn, ujue vitu za bar kila kitu. You know how to serve your clients. Yeah, hawezi kuja hapa hivi unataka nikuserve Johnny Walker, nikupe toti ya Johnny Walker, nikuwekee kwa glass kama hii. Yeah, hii inaonyesha hujaenda popote, hujasoma. Yeah, na kumbuka watu una deal nao, kuna wale wakubwa wameenda kwa hoteli tofauti, wametembea nje, mtu anakuja unamserve wrong way.
You've dealt with so many bosses, so many clients who want you to work for them. And you have your price list, of course.
Yeah.
Price it rather. So someone calls you for a job and maybe fails to pay you the money you agreed on. Has it ever occurred to you? You agreed on some amount and he has paid you maybe less and promised to pay you the other one, and he does not deliver he does not fulfill his promise rather. Have you ever encountered such a situation?
Such a situation I've encountered, but that was then before. Yeah, but right now, since I opened my eyes, mtu hawezi cheza na mimi hivyo. Yeah, so it's hard. It's hard. That's why I stick to this place, homestay. Like homestay, it's just amazing. Dealing with my boss hapa ni kitu ingine iko sawa kabisa. Yeah, hakuna siku tutavutana na yeye ama sijui nini. Anajua anafaa kufanya hivi na vile. Yeah, and that's the best part of it.
And when tulikuwa tunaingia hapa Homestay Gardens and Polycarp told us he has his guitar inside the bar. So guitar, how you're a mixologist, how come you have a guitar in
kidogo, you see, in this in hospitality industry, inataka tu ucheshi kila wakati. Haufai kuwa umenuna na clients pale nini. So wakati mwingine unakuta umekuja pale, maybe kichwa imejaa sana, unataka ku release stress zako. Yeah, si lazima tu kunywe pombe ndio. Yeah. So zingine you just take your guitar, but mimi na train bado sijakuwa pro, lakini pole tu I'm still training on that. Yeah.
Okay, there's a girl child pale nje mwanze, ladies wanauliza, is Polycarp akona mtu, is Polycarp married, is Polycarp doing this and this? Kindly tell the ladies out there.
Okay, bila kuficha you ladies wenye mko pale nje, tusidanganyane. Polycarp is a father. Yeah, Polycarp is a father. Polycarp, yeah, is a responsible father. Niko na watoto, nawasomesha. Yeah, niko na familia. Yeah, lakini nyinyi pia msi lose hope. Never give up.
Amazing, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dollar Junior TV. Subscribe and say tukiendelea. We are almost winding up. Polycarp.
Yeah.
Mixologist, is it a profession now? Globally, is it becoming a profession? Because there is so much conversation about mixologists and so on.
Yeah, mixologists, as a mixologist, this is something that is professional. Like That's why it's just like any other field. Yeah, as I told you, it's just like being a doctor, being a pilot. Yeah, you'll have to walk around, you'll go around. Yeah, so mixologists here, they're the same. Yeah, so it's something we do it professional. So that's why inakuwa ni uchungu sana ukikuta kuna wale watu wenye the upcoming wanakuja na kierere, so inajaribu kuharibu market, lakini kuna wale wenye tuko pale kuamsha market pia. Yeah, tunakazana na njia zote. Yeah.
And now, in case there is any youth manze, ama any upcoming and I feel like he or she needs to be and I feel like anataka kuwa a bartender. Unajua sasa hii makaria zina develop, yani kitu tu ina come up na inakuwa career. What can you tell such a person?
It's not easy. Yeah, it's not easy. See, first of all, being a bartender, like for me to accept myself, first of all, you have to accept yourself. Yeah, now ujijue and make the world know that being a bartender also is something that inaweza leta kitu kwa maisha. Yeah, like kitambo kidogo ungeambia mzazi eti wewe ni bartender ama unafanya kwa pombe, ingekuwa ni kelele ama ingekuwa ni issues zingine. Yeah, so just first of all accept yourself, accept that job. Yeah, mimi kitambo nilikuwa nikiweka kwa social media, kwa mtandao, naeka eti mimi ni bartender, nasikia tu watu wananirushia matusi nini pale, hizi ni vitu gani unafanya. Sasa hizi if they see my post on media ama wapi hata kwa TV, yeah, wanashtuka, kumbe this thing was that serious. Yeah, so first of all just accept the job na ukubali, then jitume. Yeah.
And tuliingia hapa tukaona you are working in this is a Benz.
Mercedes-Benz.
This is a Mercedes-Benz, man. This is a Mercedes-Benz. And how did you come up with this idea of working, or you're not part of, you aren't part of it?
This I can say my director ni jamaa mwingine tu creative, plus ataki vitu hivi, si mtu wa kubahatisha. Yeah, si mtu wa kubahatisha. So being homestay, ukikuwa homestay wewe uko nyumbani, like yeah, kila kitu unasaviwa, kila kitu safi kutoka nyumbani. So yeah, my director naweza sema big up sana kwa come up na hii concept na kila kitu. So ni sisi sasa tuifanye ikuwe vile anaitaka.
Have you even worked in such a Benz anywhere else?
That's why siwezi toka hapa. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I see. And so, you know, I came here and I realized that this is how can a bar be in a Benz? And are your parents still alive?
Yeah, they're still alive. Yeah.
How did they respond when they hear you're working in a bartender?
First, as I told you, it wasn't easy. You see, when they took me to school, I went there to study as a chef. Then during holidays, ningekuja nyumbani, ningechangamka kufanya kuonyeshana vile mimi ni chef mwingine hodari sana. Yeah, lakini yes, I'm a chef by profession, but
you can cook.
Yeah, I can cook. Yeah. Kishika kisu nishike. Yeah, naweza pika vizuri sana when it comes to upishi. Yeah. So ilikuwa ni ngumu sana au ku accept, but saizi I can say saizi mom ndiye anajua mimi ni bartender. Fade bado kidogo.
But before we get to conclude our conversation,
yeah,
you're working in a club but you're being called a bartender. I'm not necessarily talking about you, but most of the people, you're working in a club. Maybe you can tell us this. Yeah. Most of the people don't understand. Bar and a club. But you're working in a club, but you're being called a bartender. Is there?
Yeah, so you see, we have a club, we just have a bar. Pia tuko na sport bar, like so bar ni kama tu counter. Yeah, so anyone working behind kwa hiyo counter kuserve your alcohol, be it ako pa club ama ako wapi, yeye ni bartender. Yeah, so long as anaweza toa gilbies akupe, amekuatendia. Yeah, so he's just a bartender. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting into the conclusion of our conversation with Polycarp, the magical mixologist. I'm talking about none other than Polycarp manze. So this guy manze amekuwa akifanya hii kitu for the longest time. Ametuambia story yake imekuwa ni amazing sana. I'm your host MC Carter, the Mic Champion. But before we conclude manze, I'm insisting, hit the notification button, subscribe, piga comment zako pale. Polycarp, kindly tell your fans pale nje.
Okay, mazee, nashukuru sana kwa hii show ya Dollar TV. Kila msee mazee, subscribe pale, like, chapa comment, share. Yeah, hii show ifike far, ifike mbali. Homestay julikane, watu wajue homestay iko wapi, homestay iko na nini, hii Benz inapatikana wapi, Polycarp, Poly the bartender ni nani, anapatikana wapi, anafanya nini. Ni siku ingine ni hapa Dollar TV.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning into Dollar Junior TV. This is 2G Bonge Show, and I was your host, MC Carter, the Mic Champion, aka Onyango Chris. And you already know, if you want to party where there is a Mercedes-Benz, it's only at Homestay Gardens, Milimani manze. Thank you so much. Subscribe, piga comment pale. Fanya kazi yako manze, si pia tupige kazi yetu, tupatane mbele. Boom. Thank you so much.